Okay, so here's the Ford F250. It is currently jacked up in the front versus the back wheels are on the ground. There's no damage that I'm concerned about of the body or anything, but I'm going to go ahead and, for whatever purposes, get the picture of the side here with the video. Going under it. There's the jacks it's on right now. And if you look, that's where the transmission would be. Right there, where's the flex, the flywheel is. And if I can get around and see that there. Sure would be nice if that was a better picture. But that's about as good as I got right now. That's the bottom of the flywheel right there, that little round thing, that round outcropping. This is where the transmission would normally be. That's the center compartment of the floor, bottom side of the truck. Going back to the rear end back here where the wheels are. There's the rear axle. Drive shafts obviously have been taken down. Mufflers down. That's the exhaust on the ground. Coming up here, drive shaft underneath. There's the front portion of the exhaust that hooks to the manifolds, both sides of the engine. Down all the way to there. There's the front drive shaft for the four-wheel drive. All this is still intact and in decent shape and everything. There's no damage to any of this. The outside components. So here's the front of the vehicle. And basically I got a wheel off, obviously. That was to help get the transmission out from underneath it. There's the side over here. No damage on the sides or anything. Coming into the building. Torque converter under the towel. That's the extension housing specific for the four-wheel drive model. Goes on the back of the transmission. That's where the drive shaft would be connecting. The accumulator and valve body and solenoid pack. Electronic control for shifting. Here's the case. It's upside down to basically access all those components right there where I pulled the valve body and accumulator and everything. There's the pan. Inside the case, going straight back to the low reverse piston and clutch area. And that is a spring-loaded clutch back there. Is there. Coming over here, you got your front pump, coast clutch, and this is basically your fourth gear clutch pack. here's your planetary assembly for the this right here, planetary assembly, overdrive planetary assembly actually, and the overdrive sprag is inside that. Coming on, center support, going back up, and this is in order, going from front to back. Here we have the what do we call it? This is the after the center support there. That is the intermediate brake drum assembly. Basically, that is third gear clutch pack wrapped up inside that, and that band right there wraps around that drum. And then going to here, we're looking at basically, this is part of the forward clutch planetary area here, and basically that's the end of where the input shaft goes as well. That's the final portion for the input shaft. And all those splines in there look really good. They're fine. There's not any damage to those splines or anything in there that you can really see, but that light is very bright, isn't it? Those splines are basically okay. There was no damage to any of the components here. But there is metal shards, tiny pieces of metal kind of everywhere a little bit. Going now to the input shell right here, and this houses all of this and what is broken, which is the forward planetary. And if you look at the forward planetary, see how that's smooth in there? That's normally, well, it's not smooth, but it looks like somebody's just taken metal and just rubbed it around there. That's the splines from this, where this normally sits in there. Those splines have been ripped completely off, and basically this was under a lot of pressure, which is the forward planetary set. If you look, all the planets are falling out. There's 4 of them. All the needle bearings are kind of, some of the needle bearings over here. All the holds. All that came apart inside the transmission. You can see the big break right here where it pops the case of it. Big break right here where it popped the case as well. This right here will not remove itself from the ring gear here. That is the low reverse planetary right here, and that is that.